next important topic is Python is treat every value or data items, whether it is numeric, string or any other data types, so it is considered as an object. So Python treat every value or data items as an object. So look at that here. For example, every object is an assigned for a unique identity. For example, we consider that for a is equal to 2, you can take a variable a is equal to 2, then the a is uniquely identified with an identity. So that IDs remain the same for the lifetime of that object. For example, in order to see that identity, we use one function id function return the identity of that object. For example, here look at that. So here num1 is equal to 20. So then in order to print that id of that number, we use id of num1. So then look at that, here is one identity number is there. So here 143392056 is the identity of that number 1. So this number 1 identity of the number 1 is remains same for the lifetime of that object. So here look at the num2 is equal to 13 minus 10 means num2 equal to 20. So here look at that, when we are using id of number 2, the same id we get the number 1, because here number 1 equal to 20 and number 2 is equal to 20. So here identity of the number 2 and number 1s are same, because both the objects are 20, the value is 20. So that's why the that identity is same. So here though this is the use of object concept. So in Python, every value or every data items or every variable is considered as an object. So each object contains an identity number. So that identity number means it is usually the memory address of that object, from where that variable is stored in the actual memory. That is the memory address of that object is the identity. So I will show through one example program. You look at that, I first use a equal to 2, then I use print id of a, and we can run this program. So look at that, the identity is printed, so that this is the id of that a. So after that, I change that value of a equal to a plus 2, then again I use to print the id of a. So here value of a is changed, it is considered as another object, so identity is also changed. So look at that, this is the first identity, so this is the second identity of the a, because the value of a is changed. So that's why we can say that Python consider each object, so each variable as a unique object. So each object considered as a unique id. So here first id of a become 1680237680. Then after a is equal to a plus 2, value of a is changed, so considered as a new object. Python consider that a as a new object, then assign a new id. So this is the actual memory address of that id, that object, memory address of that object. So this is the use of id function. So the function id is used to get the identity of the object. Id returns the identity of the object.